Hello and welcome along to Volume 15 of the Supreme Commander Forged Alliance Forever Community Cast Library. One thing to go through before we start this week's episode, and also I would like to apologise to a specific group of people. First off, the announcement, we're on trial sound package 35 billion/A, so if you like today's sound, please leave a comment. If you don't like today's sound, leave a comment. Definitely. Moving on to the apology, I've been playing lots of games this week, and unfortunately, I've been a little bit salty in some of them. I've been playing some, I don't know what it is, but this week, all the players that have been around seem to be like newer players that don't play very often, so don't have many games. So I'm talking like people ranked around between 700 and 1100, and which means in a lot of these games I've been like the MVP and expected to carry, which is something I'm definitely not used to. So I was barking out some pretty I got really salty with some people that weren't doing what a normal person should be doing, god damn it. But yeah, so to those people, I apologise, I'm sorry, I can't help myself sometimes. Moving on to today's match, I hope you enjoy it. That's about it. Catch you later. What's up everybody, hello and welcome along to the next session of Chassis Mangling Mayhem. This one coming in the form of the 4x4, 4 versus 4 I should say, on the map Funeral Plains. It's a 10x10 map, and we've got two little civilian bases, one in the top left corner, one in the bottom right hand corner. We're going to call this team in the top right hand corner Team 1, and this team in the bottom left hand corner Team 2. Starting, by the way, before we start, I added a mini map, someone asked for it, done it. There we go. First up for Team 1, going blue and Aeon, weighing in at 1300. It's Waifu going first land with some adjacencies. Second up, in a really putridy, shitty shade of like a, I'm going to go with like a putrid yellow, I think. It's F-Odin weighing in at 1600, going UEF. Thirdly for Team 1, it's GFY Depony weighing in at 1400. He's gone yellow and he's selected Space Pirate Alien Shenanigans. And then lastly for Team 1 in Cyan, going UEF, weighing in at 1600, it's Mastermandel. Going first land obviously, but with no adjacency. For Team 2, first up, he's trudging his way towards somewhere off in the distance, going white and Aeon. It's Evanescence weighing in at 1500. Second up for Team 2, it's MazorNoob coming in at 1600 in a lovely shade of blue, going super sexy Master Cybran race. And then thirdly for Team 2, going UEF and Lilac weighing in at 1300, it's EvanGalea, also trudging off to the middle somewhere. And then lastly for Team 2, in a very attractive shade of teal, weighing in at 1400, going UEF, it's ErichvonManstein. ErichvonManstein electing to go first land with adjacency, second air. EvanGalea, coincidentally, it looks like he's going a very similar build, but getting some more P-gens down before he goes that second air. So, early happenings, we're just going to speed things up a bit because it takes a little while. Everyone goes with their early scouts and assault bots or T1 tanks, engineers filling out the bases, comms going out to their forward base positions, and then it looks like EvanGalea is making a straight up beeline for the crater in the middle. Oh no, he's just stopping off there for some reclaim refreshment. We do have a little raiding party heading in from F-Odin, but that's going to be nicely intercepted by 2 Mantis from MazorNoob. MazorNoob was out up front early with these 2 scouts here, so saw quite easily what was coming in there from F-Odin, and the Mantis is still chasing down that pesky T1 UEF unit. I don't know if it's a strike tank or the other thing. What are they called? The UEF assault bot. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me now. We got an early drop here coming from ErichvonManstein, dropping some engineers into the crater. And then over on the right hand side, Mastermandel's pushing forward with a raiding party of 4 striker tanks accompanied by 2 scouts, and F-Odin just scouting ahead of that party just to try and show Mastermandel the way. On the left inside mid here, MazorNoob pushing forward with a couple of Mantis there, but F-Odin intercepting with striker tanks. MazorNoob there looking like he was going for that forward max. He thought it was vulnerable. It wasn't so vulnerable. EvanGalea is at the crater in the center, and he has started with a rather large straw on the rocks. F-Odin for Team 1 doing a similar trick now, and both comms here going into a shoot, reclaim, repeat. And F-Odin tried to shoot the engineer in the crater with no avail, and actually F-Odin deciding to pull back there, so Team 1 look like they're surrendering all of the reclaim available around the central crater to Team 2. EvanGalea will gleefully accept the offer, I'm sure. MazorNoob pushing up the center left now with Mantis. F-Odin should be pushing forward to this party here, but he's a little bit too late seeing it, and as soon as that max point goes down, MazorNoob, mission accomplished, recalls his Mantis home, and on the far left hand side we have what looks like an early engagement between Evanescence and Waifu. Just some light skirmishing going on at the base of this plateau. And we just see the front lines forming up for both teams now. In terms of the early air game for Team 1, we've got interceptors out from F-Odin and Mastermandel. For Team 2, it appears only to be ErichvonManstein at this early stage of the game that's making any air for Team 2. So you would expect Team 1 to have a firm control of air. F-Odin back on land, pushing left from inside left. Waifu just still caching a few units here on top of his plateau before he decides to push forward again. There is a cheeky engineer up here from MazorNoob, but Waifu gonna get rid of that very quickly. And Evanescence again pushing. He hasn't got his units formed up very well, going into a low kind of single file approach towards the units of Waifu. It is Aeon versus Aeon over on the left hand flank, so tinfoil versus tinfoil when it comes to the T1 stage at least. And F-Odin, I'm not sure if he knows he wants to push across and assist Waifu, or if he's just going to hold the middle. EvanGalea is full of rocks. Starts off on his way home. MazorNoob there, by the way, just completing a gun upgrade. And Waifu just starting a gun upgrade. In terms of ACU upgrades, F-Odin is about a third of the way through T2 upgrade. And we just see that MazorNoob was holding back his T1 units here, just waiting for his comm to finish that upgrade, and I'm sure we're going to see all these T1 units form up again soon and start following the ACU towards F-Odin's cache of units. And actually, if MazorNoob gets some skates on here, he can pressurize F-Odin off of that T2 upgrade. That'll be a nice little small victory there, but this frontline max of F-Odin is going to go down pretty well. It should have gone down, just taking a little bit more time. And Deponi had pushed through with some Ilshivers, so Deponi at T2 land now. EvanGalea just cutting that out and getting rid of the radar that was thrown up there by Deponi. And MazorNoob now with his gun upgraded ACU is applying pressure to F-Odin, and F-Odin did cancel the T2 upgrade. He was pretty much 3/4 of the way through that. So MazorNoob now pushing up with his units in tow, And actually, Waifu is starting to move his units down from the plateau. I think they might be trying to trap the ACU of MazorNoob here if Waifu can come down and come in from underneath, cutting MazorNoob's retreat. F-Odin could push in on top of him. I just think that maybe MazorNoob has sensed that might be happening and starts to pull back his ACU and pushes his land units over to the inside right now to pressurize the Ulshivas of Toponi, which are causing problems in that area. But F-Odin, having seen MazorNoob detach his units, he's shoving all his striker tanks in now, and MazorNoob is going to have to pull back his units pretty quick here, otherwise he's going to be under severe pressure. Waifu is pushing down as Evanescence comes from left to inside left to try and reinforce the ACU of MazorNoob. I think Waifu is going to manage to cut that off here. MazorNoob, it's a little bit sticky, but I think he's going to be okay. He's managed to recall his units in time. And F-Odin, bold move by F-Odin, aggressive. It's not quite worked out. He's going to lose all of his land there. Waifu just pulling back. He knows it's, well, he was pulling back. I would have thought he'd known it was senseless now to push into two players. There we go. Toponi with another group of Ilshivas out is again trying to push down the centre. He'll probably want to avoid the left centre and go down the right centre around this side here. But where Mastermandel is kind of propping the door open for Team 1 at the moment as well. ErichvonManstein and EvanGalea need to get some unit counts down here. There's not a lot going on this side of the centre for Team 2. Mastermandel actually probably being a little bit too timid right now and not being aggressive enough. And in the notifications there, we just see ErichvonManstein going into a tactical missile launcher upgrade on his UEF comm. So ErichvonManstein going twat pack pretty early-ish on here now. And F-Odin, having seen the gun upgraded ACU, remember F-Odin tried to do a T2 upgrade, his first attempt. His second attempt he's going gun. I think it's his second attempt. I may have seen him do nano. No, so F-Odin on his first upgrade electing to switch tact here, and he's going gun instead of T2, and no doubt that is in direct response to how MazorNoob has set up his ACU. And on the left again, Waifu pressurizing. I think he's just about got Evanescence out spammed here. And look at Mastermandel, he's now being aggressive. He's going toe to toe with the ACU of EvanGalea. MazorNoob's comm is pretty close by as well, so Mastermandel needs to be slightly careful. He does not have enough units in support here to go completely gung-ho. Evanescence getting up a Oblivion turret on the left hand side, but we've got T1 artillery in the mix for Waifu, which are going to take care of that pretty quickly. And Evanescence now, he needs to be careful. Waifu's unit numbers vastly greater than Evanescence's unit numbers right now. MazorNoob now deciding to go toe to toe with some pillars from Mastermandel in the centre, and Toponi is still kind of swilling around the middle with these Ilshivas, and they look pretty menacing. I never like seeing Ilshivas on the field, especially when I'm still at T1 spam. And Waifu on the left, it looks like Evanescence is accepting defeat here, and Waifu is going to inherit a huge mass field. And if he can get some reclaim going now, that is going to do lots for him. And Toponi looking like he sees the opportunity to go down the right centre once more. We've got 9 Ilshivas here pushing through the lines, and again there's no unit count up here from EvanGalea or ErichvonManstein at this stage. And that'll be why EvanGalea is just about 3/4 done through a T3 upgrade on his HQ land factory. Meanwhile, his comm is in the middle on a reclaim job, whilst exchanging fire with lots of T2 things and an ACU, as you do. The Ilshivers pushing through the centre now, and EvanGalea has already lost 1 max. He looks poised to lose a good couple more maxes here before ErichvonManstein can cut across from the right flank to inside right to intercept the push from Deponi. But Deponi focusing on units instead of maxes, and that might just save a max or 2 here for EvanGalea. And we do see actually here MazorNoob starting to stash up some Corsairs. Need to keep an eye on what he does with those Corsairs, and Evanescence again throwing up Oblivion turrets. He's trying to edge back in and push Waifu off of this mass field, and actually it's a mass field at the moment that F-Odin is moving across to enjoy. MazorNoob looking pretty aggressive with his comm still. He needs to be careful. There's an army of 3 people on the opposing team in pretty close proximity to his ACU, and he's not actually keeping his units up in tow here. There they go. And those Ilshivers met an ill-fated ending. They didn't get any max points down. It looks like they took out a T2 shield generator, but not too much damage done to EvanGalea there, and his T3 HQ is finished, and the first Percival is off the line. So EvanGalea first to T3 land here. There's now a huge coming together between the forces of Waifu and MazorNoob. MazorNoob trying to support Evanescence in retaking the mass field on this left hand flank. F-Odin is cutting in from left centre to the left flank to assist and cut off the trailing units of MazorNoob, and I think that's going to be just enough action there to help out Waifu. And now we've got 2 the Corsairs are coming in on Waifu, and Waifu needs to get his 70s boogie on. The first Corsair pass takes him down to half health. He isn't going to survive too much more of this, and the dancing is started, and he just survives the second pass. And F-Odin's got his interceptors across now. If there's another pass, I think Waifu is done. And just surviving. Oh, but the last one comes in, and the last one gets him. And Waifu, no, Waifu. Waifu is saying that it's always the last one, and actually that really was the last one. You know when you send like your built squadron and then you've got that one that finishes while the squadron's halfway across the map, but you send it anyway? That's the one that got Waifu, and this left flank now has been blown wide open, and MazorNoob looking like he's gonna set up shop here on the left hand flank with Evanescence. If they're quick and sharp about this, they need to try and push around the back and come up behind F-Odin's central forward base. F-Odin already anticipating that as he gets all of his T2 units across to this plateau, and he's going to try and block the way here on the plateau. I don't know if MazorNoob and Evanescence fancy sending anything through that pretty tight kind of valley or gully or whatever you'd call it, but maybe that's the way to go for Team 2. So Team 1 now are going to have to fill out this vacated spot left by Waifu. Poor Waifu. Oh dear. It's all good fun. What's ErichvonManstein been up to with his twat pack? Well, we see a few maxes down in the forward lines. I'm pretty sure that was either done by his marauding T2 units or his TML pack. And in the centre, EvanGalea getting a shield upgrade on his ACU. Mastermandel is also going shield with some build power to help him out. And F-Odin here is pushing forward with his T2 entourage. I'm not actually sure what F-Odin thinks he's doing here. I think he's just trying to occupy MazorNoob and Evanescence at the front while he fills out this back area, and we can see him actually moving some units around the back of the plateau. Depony looking like he's ecoing up. Well, actually, we can go ahead and take a look at the eco while we're in this spot, and topping the charts right now is Depony on a mass income of 137 per tick. In second place, it's EvanGalea on an income of 103, and way behind in third place is Mastermandel on an income of 74. So Depony is comfortably ahead of second place, but the top two are a country freaking mile ahead of the rest of the pack, and the bottom two ecos right now I think are Evanescence and MazorNoob. So two of the bottom three on team 2. So Evanescence and ErichvonManstein need to start trying to eco up a little bit here, and actually I'm not too sure why ErichvonManstein's eco is so far behind the rest of the pack, because he's not been under a lot of pressure throughout this game so far, and he's even got into the bottom right hand corner and managed to reclaim all of the civilian base. So there's lots of stuff that ErichvonManstein has been able to suck up, but I still don't see any T3 on the field from him at minute 20. That is not good, and actually he's sending over a large party of scouts here, and they're just checking out the opposition. We will jump into ErichvonManstein as he scouts out this stuff. Just see a T3 HQ there at the back, so he knows Depony's at T3, as is F-Odin. Lots of T3 maxes at the back, and Depony here going into sniper bot production, and MazorNoob still prowling the front lines with his ACU, and Evanescence perhaps correctly being a little bit paranoid and getting some T2 parashields to follow the semi-suicidal ACU of MazorNoob around the map, trying to protect him. And Depony going into a advanced regen Aurora here. You don't see that very often. We'll have to keep an eye on that. We've got Percival's moving up the right centre from EvanGalea, taking out a max, a couple of units, and a forward-lying factory belonging to Mastermandel. EvanGalea with his ACU, he's trying to set up shop just around the halfway mark of the map. He wants to get a fire base up. ErichvonManstein pushing far left. It's actually a pretty good opportunity here for ErichvonManstein to push all the way up the right hand side here. Over on the left, F-Odin still just about managing to put off Evanescence, pushing on the left flank, and we've got a TML out from Evanescence here, and what's he going for? Well, I already see one of the core maxes around F-Odin's base which is being taken out, so Evanescence here looks like he's targeting the economy of F-Odin. This one looks like it's lining up for that second mass extractor in the core forward base, and there it goes. F-Odin needs to get some TMD online quickly. He also needs to deal with the push from MazorNoob and Evanescence, although Evanescence really still at T1 land fire kind of production. He does have T2 shields, but nothing substantial in the T2. And Depony using the sniper bots to, well, snipe the Percivals of EvanGalea, and that must be really frustrating with how slow Percivals are. So EvanGalea there electing to pull the Percivals back, and MazorNoob We're just going to speed things up here. MazorNoob still strutting his stuff around the middle of the map, even though the entire opposition is at T3 land. And we've got an engagement starting to happen on the right-hand side. Mastermandel and ErichvonManstein finally going into some conflict. It's taken long enough. And I just think ErichvonManstein here has the numbers to push back here, but we do see a Percival rolling in there from Mastermandel, so that might just deter ErichvonManstein, and he does start to edge back with his pack of units just a little bit there. And we've got a TML base going up here from ErichvonManstein right on the right edge of the map. And we still got TML coming in from Evanescence onto F-Odin's forward area. F-Odin now finally with some TMD up. And ErichvonManstein has just managed to get a Deceiver into this TML base here to provide stealth. That's probably gifted from MazorNoob at some point recently. And in the middle, F-Odin starting to push, and we've got a notification here that the first experimental has rolled off the line, and it's a fat boy from EvanGalea, and that immediately starts to head frontwards. But back in the middle, we've got F-Odin pushing in with his T2 pillars, sprinkled with a few Percivals, sniper bots moving up behind, supported by Deponi. Deponi also pushing forward with a couple of Offhams. And finally we've got some T3 land on the field from Evanescence in the form of a Harbinger. Evanescence is on a paused shield upgrade here, so Evanescence struggling a little bit for power. MazorNoob, well, he's already taken a little bit of damage from his ACU, and a sniper bot there just gets a volley off on the ACU as well from Deponi. MazorNoob needs to be really careful with his ACU right now. His position is precarious to say the least, and we've got Mastermandel also building up some broadswords now, T3 gunships of the UEF variety, and they are fucking amazing. Doesn't take many broadswords, and there's an attack ping going out on the... Oh, and we've got TML raining down from ErichvonManstein's TML base, and it looks like, I'm just double checking this before I say it, I think Mastermandel's T3 HQ has been taken out by TML here, and Mastermandel now frantically throwing up some TMD to fend off any more losses. I'm guessing this max point was T2, and that was also taken out by the TML. And all over the map now, things getting a little bit frantic, heating up nicely, and Mastermandel, he's not being aggressive with his ACU, he's just kind of got it randomly stood in the middle of nowhere. And now the fat boy from EvanGalea laying artillery fire down on the fire base of Mastermandel. And again, those broadswords being pinged by Team 2. Someone needs to do something about them. And the broadswords are on the move. There's an attack ping on an engineer. I think that's going to change to a comm. And broadswords moving in now. Gunship snipe attempt on the ACU of MazorNoob. It's just a UEF T2 shield to get through. But Team 2, EvanGalea, MazorNoob moving in some Corsairs and Interceptors to combat the gunships, and I don't think Evanescence also with some quick reactions there, getting the parashields around the ACU of MazorNoob until MazorNoob walks out of them. But I just think there was just enough reaction there, scrambled by Team 2 to thwart the snipe attempt, and ErichvonManstein still causing problems here for Mastermandel on his forward base. We've got T2 transports now queuing up at the back of Mastermandel's base. Are we going to see some drops soonish? F-Odin pushing in with Percivals, and and actually MazorNoob again in danger. If those Percivals had just been there a little bit sooner, that would have been problems. But the fat boy raining down artillery fire on the Percivals. F-Odin decides to recall them, what's left of them, and Evanescence there just throwing T1 units in the way of the Percivals. Literally the only reason would be to just slow them down. And the second fat boy now from EvanGalea is off the production line. So EvanGalea here, well, let's take a look. EvanGalea's ecoed up really nicely here. I was just checking with the eco quickly once more. EvanGalea now top of the charts with a mass income of 193 per tick. Second place is F-Odin with an income of 189. Deponi was first the last time we checked. He's now back in third on 137 per tick. And if we just look at the total mass incomes there, EvanGalea on 182,000 total income. In second place is Deponi on 142. So there's a gap opening up between Deponi and EvanGalea. And actually we've got quite a lot of support commanders here being produced by Deponi, and they're upgrading. Deponi's ACU itself going into an advanced nano repair, so that'll be advanced nano and advanced regen aurora. Let's just check in and see if we can't see what upgrades these support commanders are on. Well, it looks like they were all going TML upgrades, so Deponi going TML support commander route here. I'm just taking a look, and there's no TMD around MazorNoob's ACU. There's a little bit around Evanescence's, which is Aeon, so Evanescence an unlikely TML snipe target, and EvanGalea is all the way back here. So there we see TML coming in from Deponi, and MazorNoob's on an upgrade. He hasn't seen it, and the shield goes down, and two more come in, and he's just and there's and MazorNoob going down to a support commander TML snipe, and MazorNoob is not happy. If you can see the game chat there, there's a few choice words from MazorNoob aimed at T1. And Deponi now pushing forward with T3 mobile shield and offense. Has Deponi got power problems right now? Yes, Deponi is only, well, he was momentarily stalling, minus 36,000 power. Oh, but Evanescence is under pressure here from F-Odin. We missed that with the TML shenanigans from Deponi on MazorNoob. Mastermandel, sorry, not Mastermandel, EvanGalea moving across a fat boy, and he's laying down artillery fire on the advancing Percivals, and again the speed of the Percivals costing a kill here. And Evanescence, his shield largely depleted, but he's going to escape with his life and without a scratch on his paint job. Things just going into a little bit of a lull. We've got broadswords hovering around on the left hand side. no doubt looking for that ACU of Evanescence. So just pulling back slightly as Mastermandel tries to take out the swift winds of Evanescence with some T3 ASF. I think it's wasps for UAF. Wasps. Yes, wasps. Scouts going out from Evanescence across the middle over to the right hand side, angling an approach between the areas of Deponi's and Mastermandel's base. Oh, and I do see a nuclear launcher here in the middle of EvanGalea's base. The structure is up, the nuke is about a quarter loaded in the tube now. And there's a bit of destruction there at the back of... I'm not sure if I've missed a drop here from someone, but there's a little bit of destruction that's gone on at the back of the core base areas of Team 2. We did see some T2 transports earlier from Mastermandel. I'm only hypothesizing, but possibly some drops going on there from Mastermandel in the back of T2's core area. And the menacing march of the TML support commanders moving forward to middle. Comms shivering everywhere, I'm sure, if they saw it. There's no TMD around EvanGalea yet. And F-Odin there, notification as F-Odin completes a Fat Boy. And actually, we seen earlier that EvanGalea has got the nuke structure up. I'm just checking the bases now of Team 1. Evanescence also completing what I assume is going to be a GC, maybe a ZAR. And I don't see any SMD in Team 1's bases. Another Fat Boy up from Team 1. This one's from Mastermandel. So 2 Fat Boys apiece per team, plus a GC from... what was that? A support commander going down here in the central area of EvanGalea's base as, you guessed it, the march of the TML support commanders accompanied by an ACU with advanced regen Aurora. And Deponi now raining down TML on EvanGalea's forward position, and this really has become his core base area. Look at all the T3 that Evan's got going up around this base, and Evan now managing to get some sorely needed TMD up. The odd one from Deponi still sneaking through and striking shields. ErichvonManstein stood in a pretty peculiar place with his ACU, and we've got engineers over here from Mastermandel as he tries to get some mexes up, or is he trying to get into the civilian base? Maybe didn't know about the PD, I'm not quite sure. And more TML coming out from ErichvonManstein now, and what's he targeting? I assume he's targeting the Fat Boy. That ACU is only a support commander there, so that's not really the logical. So it looks like the TML was at the Fat Boy, but the Fat Boy's moving, so the TML miss. And how's that nuke coming along? We are pretty close to loaded, pretty close to Nuke-ageddon. And just a quick check, I still don't see any SMD. Yes, I do. There's SMD at the back of F-Odin's base, but it is nowhere near loaded. Evan's nuke is going to be loaded first. Let's just jump into F-Odin here. Well, the placement of the SMD could have been a little bit better. No one's base is really protected very well, other than the back corner core area for Team 1. And now there's a huge engagement going on in the middle. Evanescence bearing his GC to the centre, and Deponi with all of those offhams is just going to shove them straight in. And as soon as those offhams refocus on this GC, the GC is going to go down pretty quickly. Let's just enjoy the fireworks. Offham's refocusing on the GC. We've got Percival's moving in from EvanGalea from right centre to left centre. The GC is going to go down here, no doubt about that. We've got support fire coming across from the left hand side from a Fat Boy from EvanGalea, and also his second Fat Boy offering support fire from the back in the centre. So those Offhams aren't going to get too much further. F-Odin had to push forward supporting with his own Fat Boy. The march of the support commanders continues from Depony as he's now trying to build shields around his ACU as he goes. And Depony calling back the Offhams here, but a pointless exercise because they're going to die. And we just heard the nuke notification there. EvanGalea launching his nuke, and they're going for this area right here. I'm not sure about that placement. Not sure how much of anyone's base that nuke is going to destroy. There's only one here. Mastermandel losing a couple of T3 P-gens, as did Pony. There was only one max point that was taken out there, plus a quantum gateway. So for all the effort and work that's gone into that nuke, it was not game-changing for Team 1. This is still pretty even. The Fat Boys now on both sides, just raining artillery. And a fire base which was up at the halfway line has been blown to smithereens by Mastermandel's Fat Boy. The two Fat Boys of EvanGalea have lost their shields and are in retreat. F-Odin's Fat Boy is in hot pursuit. He's still got a little bit of shields left on his, and Depony following it with a T3 shield generator as well. And actually that, EvanGalea losing one of the Fat Boys. Where's the wreck? I don't know where the wreck is. The wreck may have died. And I'm not seeing, we've got those support commanders up here from Depony, and they are well within TML range of EvanGalea's base now. EvanGalea just starting another Fat Boy, and he's actually pretty close to getting a Duke up here, but there's not too much TMD, and I fear that may be a mistake. And we've got TML coming in here from the support commanders. And I think it's going for the T3 power. It's going for the T3 power of EvanGalea. It got the T3 power of EvanGalea. So maybe Depony doesn't see the ACU of EvanGalea. Let's just jump into Depony right now, and they do see the ACU of EvanGalea. There's a ping just gone out on the Duke as well, so they know that's nearly finished. ErichvonManstein trying to shield what remains of Evan's base with the Percivals, but they're just being shredded by the incoming Fat Boys from F-Odin and Mastermandel. And actually there's a continental drop going out here from ErichvonManstein as he tries to get some Percivals near to one of these. There's more TML coming in from Depony. I'm all over the place with this one at the minute, and it looks like more T3 power is being targeted, and another T3 generator goes down for EvanGalea. And those Percivals which were dropped, going to take out one Fat Boy. Nice work there by ErichvonManstein. Welcome to the game at minute 39. And Depony edging forward again with the support commanders, and we've got strat bombers out now from Mastermandel taking out those dropped Percivals of ErichvonManstein. The rest of the pack of Percivals from More TML coming in, and it looks like they're going for the fat boy. I'm not really too sure what that was aimed at. That might have been the ACU and it moved. But as I was saying, the Percivals of ErichvonManstein trying to protect the front of this base of EvanGaleas, but they're just being absolutely shredded by strat bombers and artillery from Fat Boys, and another round of TML comes in, and this one, oh, it's gonna be close, and EvanGalea, oh no. I tell you what, I didn't think that would get him. There didn't seem to be that much TML that survived the TMD and the shields, but evidently just enough to take out EvanGalea there, and Team 2 lose their best player by a country mile. And ErichvonManstein with a salty comment, Control Ks. And Evanescence, I'm pretty sure, is going to follow suit rather soon. Team 1 getting this over the line here. And Evanescence have slaughed the game. So I don't think we're going to see a kill on the ACU. We've got strat bombers coming in. No. There we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stuff. 3 kills for GFY the Pony there. 2 very cheeky support commander TML snipes, and then a kill from MazorNoob when he got the Corsair snipe on Waifu in the early stages of the game. Taking a look at the categories, EvanGalea winning mass income and power income, and actually if we just look at EvanGalea's mass there, nobody else really coming that close. Second place was F-Odin with 331,000, but Evan with almost 100,000 more mass income than second. Other categories, F-Odin winning most kills. That isn't really too surprising. F-Odin was kind of busy all over the place trying to chase around Evanescence and in the mid. And then what is surprising actually is that Evanescence takes most stuff built. That does surprise me. Not very, yeah. I didn't think that was the case. Anyway, none of the category winners are going to take man of the match, because man of the match has to go to GFY the Pony for the out of the box, unusual. Well, I don't see it very often. I don't know about you guys, but the support TML commanders, OP, yo. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the content. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to like, subscribe, help out the little tiny channel as much as you can, leave comments, and guys, take care. I will catch you in the next one.